Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Emanuel-C channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Last Week in Tech, the show giving you weekly tech updates. Today, I'll be talking about the new framework laptop, Elon Musk backing out of his Twitter deal, and the new Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV phone. The framework company just came out with their new and upgraded framework laptop. It's been just over a year since the first version of their super upgradable, repairable, modular notebook came out. For anyone who doesn't know what the framework laptop is, imagine you have a laptop where you can swap out the ports on the side to fit your needs. I don't need this extra USB-C A port. I really could use an HDMI. They have an expansion card system that makes this super easy to switch. If something breaks, you can replace the keyboard, touchpad, RAM, SSD, even the CPU and motherboard all at home. Laptops over the years have become less and less upgradable, less and less repairable, and with the rise of right to repair, the framework laptop has been a breath of fresh air for the consumer electronics industry. They've now come out with a new laptop, their second generation. Last year, they were on the 11th gen Intel processors. The main upgrades this year are the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors, i5 or i7 chips, and a significantly more rigid lid assembly. The new Alder Lake chips are supposed to have big performance improvements and a boost in power efficiency also. If you want to buy the base model of the new framework laptop with a Core i5 1240p processor, it starts at $1,049 USD. They're available for pre-order now, but won't begin shipping until July. They are also still selling the first gen at a discounted price of $899, and they will be selling those while supplies last. Let's say you have the first gen laptop and you just want to upgrade to the new CPU. You can do that. That's what's great about the framework laptop. If you want to upgrade, you can buy the parts straight from them and do it yourself. You don't need to bring it to a Genius Bar. You don't need to bring it to a special repair store. You can upgrade the part that you want instead of buying a new laptop anytime you want some more performance. Next up on the episode, I'll be talking about Elon Musk trying to back out of his Twitter deal. Over the past month, Elon Musk and Twitter have been making headlines because Elon was in talks to buy the company. He offered to buy the company for $54.20 a share, which the board of directors for Twitter eventually accepted. Recently, Twitter stock has been plummeting, along with everything else in tech right now. Elon tweeted out last week that the deal is temporarily on hold, and he needs to see how big the bot problem is before it can go through. The bot problem being that around 5% of Twitter accounts are fake ones, created for spamming or other nefarious purposes. Elon is now saying that the number of bots is much higher than 5%. And that's why he's hesitating about going through with the purchase of the company. Twitter's board of directors said nothing has changed about the bot problem since Musk signed the agreement. And the deal is going through at their agreed upon price, no matter what Elon tweets. Now, there are a few theories floating around as to why Elon may be getting cold feet at the altar. And the one I think is most likely is that he's trying to lay the groundwork to lower his bid, to buy Twitter for less money. When he made his offer, he was already paying a 30% premium per share. The price per share has plummeted since then, and every day his purchase is looking like a worse and worse deal. Him putting doubt in the mind of the board of directors may help him renegotiate. Maybe if they think he'll completely back out of the deal, they'll take a lower offer. But legally, I don't think that's possible. He signed the agreement, a deal's a deal, no take backsies. And finally, I'm going to be talking about the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV phone. The same day as Google I/O, Sony announced their phone. Google took over all the headlines, so it kind of went under my radar. This phone isn't made for everyone. It's focused on a very select niche. Android enthusiasts, Sony alpha camera enthusiasts, vlogger who only wants to carry their phone. Let me explain. It has the same general design as the Mark III. A tall matte black shape and design, which is thanks to its 21:9 cinematic aspect ratio display, which also features front-facing speakers. The display is a 6.5-inch 4K 120Hz OLED, which can get up to 1000 nits of peak brightness. It's also packing a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 SoC with 12 GB of RAM, a 5000 mAh battery compared to the 4500 mAh one last year, 512 GB of storage, but if that isn't enough space for you, it's one of the few phones with a micro SD card slot still. The headline feature of this phone is what Sony is calling the world's first true optical zoom on a smartphone. Typically, when you have multiple lenses on a phone, you'll have set focal lengths for each one. Anything in between those is a digital zoom. With Sony's telephoto lens, it will zoom in and out mechanically. You should be able to push smoothly, mechanically, between an 85 and 125 millimeter equivalent, or about 3.5x to 5.2x zoom before the phone needs to resort to digital zooming. The phone also has a headphone jack and a notification LED. Lots of software features centered around gaming, recording, and live streaming. Lots of camera features that people coming from Sony Alpha series cameras will be familiar with. It also has a special vlogging accessory, a grip/tripod with a screen that attaches to the back of your phone, so you can use the main cameras but still see how you look to frame the shot. The phone has been announced now in May, but it won't be shipping to North America until September, and it will cost $1,599 USD, so it's not on the cheap side. But it has a lot of features you can't get anywhere else. If you're an Android enthusiast that wants a phone with a headphone jack, a micro SD card slot, a notification LED, a screen without a notch or a hole punch, it will be hard to find another flagship phone with all those included. If you love the Sony Alpha cameras and you wish you had all the manual freedom on your phone camera, or wish you had an optically zoom-in lens instead of relying on digital zoom, this phone could be for you. Or if you're a vlogger that wants a good camera for footage, but you're tired of carrying around your DSLR on a GorillaPod or a SwitchPod, this could be the device you're looking for, as long as the price makes sense. If you're new to the Emanuel-C channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to my left. If you're interested in learning more about the Framework laptop, check out this video down below on their first generation laptop. Or if you're interested in a more in-depth conversation about all of today's topics, click this video down below for my podcast with a friend.